What's good? What's good, family? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's good, family? What's up? What's up? How you doing? What's good? How y'all doing, family? What's good, family? How you doing? Shalom, shalom, family. How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? We're gonna start real soon. What's up, family? How y'all doing? What's good, family? When you contacting me? Shoot me a text right now so I can reply to you after this live. What's good, family? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? How y'all doing? How y'all night going? How y'all night going? What's good, family? We're going to start 30 more seconds, family. We're going to start in 30 more seconds. I think everybody sleep right now. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's good? What's good? 30 more seconds, family. We're going to start in 30 more seconds. What's good? What's good, family? What's up? I'm fairly new to your channel. I look forward to catching up on your videos. Yes, sir. Peace and love. We welcome you. Hey, family. How you doing? How you doing? What's good? What's good? What's good? 4 more seconds. We're gonna start. We're gonna start 2 more seconds. All right. All right, family. What I really want to talk to you guys about tonight is right. And this is really concerning, but I don't know. You got to take it with a grain of salt and do your own research, right? So, for many years, for me, being in this so-called movement or whatever the case might be, I've been seeing a lot of people been talking about tapping into TDA accounts and all of this stuff, right? Now, for the main reason why I don't subscribe to the information, because, once it was presented to me and I see how a lot of people been using it, and I also been looking at a lot of teachers who've been using this almost like financial schemes. Now, the main reason why I don't subscribe to it, because I know, and when I did my research, when I tested the waters, I knew it wasn't no information to be factual, right? And so a lot of people come to me and say, oh man, no, you can draw your TDA account, you can get $1 million. Look, I'm gonna tell you something, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. If that was a real situation, right? No exaggeration, right? It would be no reason to charge for it. And I'm going to be honest with you. It wouldn't be no reason. Because if I tell you that I can teach you how to get millions of dollars from a trust account, honestly, it wouldn't be no reason to charge you, honestly, if it really was that situation. But I'm not just going off of that belief. When I start watching how people narrate everything, right? And when people try to say, oh no, you got to change your status, you got to get a new birth certificate, you got to notarize your birth certificate. What else they say? They say you got to get the tracking number on the back of your social security number. I'm like, bro, who is telling y'all this? And so when people come to me, right, and they ask me, say, hey, do you teach us how to access our TDA account? And I say, no. Who told you that? I never told you guys that. Or some people might come to me and say, no, how do you operate your trust account? And I say, who is teaching y'all this stuff? Because the way I teach people is not the same way you teach that you will see these gurus, right? So you will look at me like this. My whole stance is I'm more political and I'm also like a financial coach. So what I teach is I pretty much teach you like ways around the system as far as understanding credit, understanding how to use credit to get rich, understand how to utilize credit and manage credit, and also how to enhance your credit profile and understand how banks lend money, right? So that's the banking world. Now, as far as me getting a magical hat with a magical wand and to make something appear out of a TDA account, no, because there's no factual to it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was, trust me, I would tell y'all like, yeah, it's real. It's not. Like the do not detain list, it's real. I was the only one that showed you guys, look, this is what the do not detain list is. This is what it says. And this is the information that shows up on it. And if you don't believe me, you got to scroll down and you can see when I posted the screenshot of my transactional file coming back after police ran my information. But for the most part, ain't no TDA account. I never subscribed to that. I never subscribed to that information. And if it is one, I'll promise you, bring them on the show, right? Not the show, but bring them on live with me, and I can walk with him myself. And if he can unlock this whole TDA account, I want to say nothing else. It's not real. I can't wait to find a person that shows me like, look, this is what it is. It's way more than that. It's way more information than that. And I see that so many people is tapping into so many things, and people using the fact that most people are ignorant to the information as an advantage to get over on people. Like, oh man, I will teach you how to hack into your trust. I will teach you how to use your trust number. And after you use your trust number, you can, man, do you think these people out there using the trust number to get money from you guys? No, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Because the thing about it is, what's like one thing about evidence, right? First, before I came to you guys with any information, let's just say the EIN. Before I can ever charge you guys for the EIN process, I was doing the EIN process. And the EIN process, let me put you in a mindset. Only thing you are doing is utilizing your EIN number as a social. So it's pretty much the same route with the CPN number, but you're just using the EIN instead of the CPN, right? So the do not detain list. The do not detain list is you sending your information directly to the passport agencies. And what they do is they remove the driver's license and the ID file from your passport card. And so when you get let's just say if you get the passport, it comes back as transactional file denied. Do not stop or detain this individual based upon this notice. That's the only thing that shows up. So it's nothing special. It's nothing with a special wand. There's no government immunity on there. It's nothing that says, oh, when you above the law, you can do what you want. It never says that. It just removes your driver's license and state ID from the system, and it doesn't show the presumption that you might be a resident of the state. That's it. Anything else, that's the only thing I teach. Like Amazon. So same thing with Amazon. I just pretty much not just teach you how to sell on Amazon, I just teach you what I sell, how to set up your store, how much money you can make with this, and I also do the numbers. That's it. And anything that I teach is tangible, meaning you can touch it, you can see it. So if you ask for evidence, if you want things to be produced, you have to show it. And I feel as though a lot of people taking advantage of that situation. I'm gonna tell you something. You always ask a person to show proof. And showing proof is not a screenshot of a bank account. Showing proof is pretty much give me a level of give me a deep example of you doing it. And so if I feel as though you are credible, then I will invest into you as far as the trust account, using your TDA account, and the same thing with the trust. So when many people come to me about a trust account and they want to say, hey man, I want to use my trust and I want to just get millions of dollars from the trust. Now, there is ways you can get money from the trust, but it's not actually through a trust, right? You can literally borrow money on behalf of your trust that you register, right? And after you register the trust, you can borrow against that, under that trust, and you can borrow money directly from the bank. And that has nothing to do with your private social security number, nothing like that. It has nothing to do with that. You can borrow directly from your trust. You can put money inside of an estate. Yes, you can do that. But when it comes to you drawing money from a random TDA account and it's going to appear in your account, no. It's way deeper than that, family. Now, me personally, I never tapped into those other channels. Like you say, Mansa and Tamika, I can't say nothing about them. I honestly don't even know who that is. But as far as about the whole TDA account, no, I don't subscribe to it because I know it's not real. I know that, it's a financial gain, for a lot of people. But for me, it's more like you gotta be tangible. You gotta show the evidence. You gotta show the work. Once you show the work and you show the credentials, then you could be like, okay, Now, guys, this work, I'll pay my last dollar for it. Show me. Because the thing about it, I'm not against evidence. I'm not against things that can be proven. I'm not against it. I'm all open-minded. You get what I'm saying? I'm a teacher, but I'm also a student. So I'm not just a teacher who just feel like I know it all. I'm a student as well. So if I find someone who got that information, and then if I study it and I analyze it and it's come back right, I'm gonna show you guys like, yeah, it's real. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys it's real. The same way with the 1099A. Now, let me explain the 1099A. Now, I made a video on it. Now I'm going to tell y'all how it worked. Now, some people ask me, Taquan, okay, you taught us about the 1099A. I never taught you guys about the 1099A. I was the one that executed on the 1099A. And once I executed on the 1099A, only thing I was doing was people asked me for a consultation. And the consultation was how I went about the process of filing it. And so I just taught them, look, this is what I did. I filed this and I sent it to the actual IRS building. And when I filed it, I put it as if I was acquiring real estate. So the amount was 3.5 million. And so they just wanted to learn, how did I file it? They didn't pay me to make them rich. They didn't pay me to get them a house. They didn't pay me to do any of that. They just paid for the consultation for me to show how I filed it. So that was the begin knowledge of the 1099A. And once it came back, it never came back. I did it again. So I made sure that I dot all my I's. I mean, dot everything. You get what I'm saying? Dot all my T's, just to make sure that, okay, I'm not going to put that information, I'm not going to say it's false until I do everything right. I did it again. Boom, nothing came back. Okay, checked it out, analyzed it, and I'm like, it's not real. And then when I found out really what a 1099A is you filing something. So pretty much, say for instance, let's say if you acquire real estate, most of the time your lender will file a 1099A, and it will be the acquisition of property. Because remember, everything that got to be reported to the IRS if it's a transaction over $10,000. When you buy a car, they have to report a 1099A. I mean, not 1099A, I think it's 1099C. And that, no, 1099A. That's for real estate. Let me take that back. That's for real estate. So if you're acquiring a property over 1.5 million, your lender must report that to the IRS. And, they get tax exempt because they making passive income. So it worked just like that. It worked in their favor. But for the most part, when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not a check. It's not nothing that's going to be given directly to the lender. You get what I'm saying? In exchange for the property. Or even, I could look at it a million ways. You give it to the lender, they file it on their taxes. That's not how they do it. Or if you file it through the IRS, and you get the cash back, does that how it work? No, that's not how it work, because they don't give it to you like that. So when I went through all of those avenues, that's when I was like, nope, the 1099A is not a check. That's why I put the information out there. Nope, it's not a check. And then somebody come to me about something else. Only thing I'm going to do is analyze it. So anytime someone pushes some information my way, I'm just going to analyze it. And if I analyze it and it's to be true, nothing else I can say. If it's false, I'm going to say, hey, it's false. It's not real. Because I don't want people to be under an illusion. I don't want people to be lost. I don't want people to be out here wasting all of their money if they're not actually getting real substance, or they're not paying attention to what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So I just want you guys to be focused. I want you guys to always ask for evidence. I want you guys to always get the truth. So the first thing, even me, questioning everything I teach. So if I come to you and teach you anything, question it. Question everything. Say, is this stuff real? Is that real? Prove it to me. And I say, what do you want me to prove? Prove to me that you make money off Amazon. I proved I can make the proof. Or if I slack, even times on Amazon, I slack. So if I slack and I mess up, I'm like, all right, this is an error. So don't do this. That's why Amazon 2 coming out for a correction to make the information comes even more better. So the same thing with credit criteria. Now, people be like, okay, show me how to make money off my credit. I've been showed that. I showed plenty of receipts with that. So you want to learn how to make money using your credit? I can show you that. If you want to know how to build the EIN number up, I can show you that. If you want to learn how to build your own social up, I can show you that. Now, one thing I would say between the EIN and the social, the reason why I came out with the method for the EIN is because most people is in bad situations financially, whether they in a lot of debt, and also they can be in a situation where they can't pay back certain things and they want a fresh start. So people who want a fresh start can go with the EIN. But if you already got a good credit profile, if you already got a good score, the best thing to do is enhance your own credit. Now, many people want to use it in a bad way. Many people want to build up their EIN profile and they want to spend all the money. And I'm telling them, like, bro, the best decision that you can really make is to build it more. Don't just stop when you get a little money. Build it more. Build it to a point where it's so strong where you can at least get a decent amount of money. So if you build up your EIN and you can be in a position where you can borrow $200,000 collectively, that would be a collective of credit cards. That can be auto loans. That can be boats that you financing. That can be anything, equipment and everything like that. Then you could be in a position like, okay, I don't want the EIN no more. I took over 100, 200 some thousand. I'm good. But if you just got $5,000 or $7,000 and you just want to not use it no more, you want to start over, it's like that's small compared to what you really can be doing. With my EIN, the first time, my first jackpot, I hit 138,000. That's in a matter of 3 days. And that's all 2 auto loans. One to be the unsecured personal loan, for the auto loan, that'd be 68,000. The other one would be the $69,000 auto loan. So 2. So you got both of them. So put that in perspective. And that's what you want to go after. You at least want to get something good out of it. You at least want to take off. But I wouldn't even stop right there. You can build it all the way up to a point where you borrow millions of dollars. But we ain't gonna stop right there. The goal is just to get the information, make sure that that the information is accurate, make sure that you test the waters, and also make sure that you ask for evidence. Always ask for evidence. If you feel as though something questionable, if you feel as though something ain't accurate, if you feel as though something ain't being taught right, if you feel as though that information ain't given to you the right way, hey, I want evidence. And you ask exactly what type of evidence you're looking for. And if that person can't produce it, don't spend your money. Even with me. If I'm lying, hey, he lying. But if I'm telling the truth, then you're like, okay, I'm going to make sure that, you look at all of that. And this is only for the financial aspect only came because many people ask me how to make money if you're going to be sovereign. And remember, the sovereignty in the finance, I'm trying to separate it, but everybody always connecting the two because you got many people who want to make money, but they want to be under this certain status, or they want the right to travel, but they still have contracts with the state. They don't know how to maneuver between two. So my whole take on this whole thing, I know how to maneuver, and so I wouldn't have to take a job. I wouldn't have to work a job because my whole plan was to understand the banks. That's been it, So this is beyond sovereignty. This is beyond just being an entrepreneur because understanding how to utilize the banks, you can be rich forever. So you wouldn't have to have a skill. You wouldn't have to be that creative. You wouldn't have to, let's just say, you wouldn't have to work hard. It's really not hard work. It's really thinking hard. It's really thinking outside the box. It's really being more creative. Because if you put your mindset in a position where you know how this goes and you know how that goes, you can actually monopolize all of your finances together. You could put yourself in a position where you probably borrow $1 million and you don't even make $30,000 a year. And I know people in those positions. And the reason why they're in those positions, now, a lot of people didn't intentionally hop into it. Like a lot of people didn't originally hop into credit. Most people were just a regular person just playing for cards. But with me and my mindset and how my approach will be on credit is more of a strategy game. It's more like the game of chess. So instead of getting things that I know that's a liability, like a car, I know how to get an auto loan, but I know how to turn it to a personal loan. And yes, the APR can rise up, but I'm only borrowing money to get more time. Because remember, you're not getting credit and money just to flash and drive cars and all that. You're getting money for time. Because remember this, either the job going to get your time or you're going to get freedom. The way to get freedom is to get more capital in this country because that's just like fuel. So if you got 50,000 here, you know how to borrow $100,000 here. You know how to pay it back little by little. You know how to borrow more money, and you do it like that. And you can be sovereign. So you wouldn't have to be a truck driver, so you're not obligated to get a CDL. You wouldn't have to be a teacher, so you're not obligated to get a license with the state. You're not trying to be anything that requires a license, anything that requires certain certification that would contract you with the state. You know what I'm saying? So when people come to me like that, I'm like, look, these are nothing but loopholes that I'm teaching. It's not nothing that you got to be sovereign. You can be a regular U.S. citizen doing my processes. You can be a regular person doing it. And I'm not the only person that ever done it. I'm not the first person that's done it. It's just how I think about it, how I connect it. That's what makes it easier, because you're like, hold on, if you can make money by borrowing money, I don't understand it. That's how do you make money by borrowing money? Because it never stops. Because there's no limitation to how much money you really can borrow if you know how to gain work and you know how to borrow. And not only that, you know how to manage and leverage it. You know how much you need to put for for yourself, and you know how much to put back towards paying it back. And you also know how to disperse it correctly. And you also know how to move the money and also manage the money. And you also know how to refinance that same money. And you also know how to extend the amount of credit given to you for that money to borrow more money. Like that's the same thing. It's common sense, really. It's not even like really hard, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It's not hard, family. It's not hard at all. It's really easy. So, yeah, family, it's not hard at all. It's not hard at all, family. That's all it is. That's all it is, family. That's the only thing I teach, family. You know, it's not hard. And so that's been my take. That's been my take on it. You know? Yep. And anybody can use their credit. Anybody can get credit. Anybody. Whether you claim to be a national, whether you claim to be a U.S. citizen, anybody can get it. You don't got to be on the do not detain list to do it. You can have a regular driver's license and do it. And that's why it's like being flexible. You know? That's a lot of flexibility right there. That's a lot of flexibility. People might argue, oh man, are you still in Florida? We 2,000 more brothers training like you. Appreciate it, fam. I really do. I appreciate it. So, no, you ain't got to do that. Just make sure you test the waters. Make sure y'all test the waters with everybody. Make sure that you analyze the process. Make sure that it's beneficial to you, and make sure that it's real. And most of the time, I see people they'll put false ads. They have people talking like, "Oh yeah, this program is real," and you like, "What? Why is you lying?" Like, I could tell the people are paid actors. Like, are you serious? You get what I'm saying? And so many people are just brainwashed, and they don't. It's just do the same route that I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing special, and you don't have to go through me. You can do it yourself. You can learn how to check your credit criteria yourself. You can build your own profile out. You can go to the bank yourself. You can build everything out yourself. Now, of course, if you learn the game, it's cheap. Like, it's easy, because you can say, okay, I can build my credit like this. I can put this on my profile, and I can go to this bank, and I can get this much, and I can put these answers in, and that's it. Like one of my students, I told him the answers. Like, I told him, like, he wanted the auto loan. I showed him, like, look, this is the answer you want to put down. This is what you want to say you make. This is what you want to say you do as far as your industry work. This is what you want to say, and he did it. He got approved. Now, I would have preferred him to do the money route, because I want him to actually get the cash. I don't really care too much about the vehicle, because that vehicle is a depreciated asset. Because if you're not gonna rent the car out or nothing like that, you really will be losing money. You don't want to put yourself in a position like that. Now, that's good if you want to use that for installment debt to put on your credit, but you still want to have some cash capital too, because you want to be able to manage everything. Because if you don't have any cash capital to manage anything, you can fall into a big hole and you got to pull yourself out. Now I know many ways to pull myself out. So if you ever in a situation and let's just say you can't make payments on your auto loan and you probably never made a payment on your auto loan, I know loopholes with that. Now this is where sovereign needs to kick in. So when you drive around with a regular license plates, I already told you guys you got automatic plate readers. So if your vehicle ever get a repossession order, that plate number that you have, the automatic plate scanners can automatically read it, and they'll find out, yep, that's the plate, and they automatically gonna repo your vehicle. So you want to be careful with that. You want to be very, very careful, you know. And then I know about how skip tracing work, how to have from skip tracing, and also charge off without repossessions. That's if you can keep the vehicle away from the lender long enough where when they charge it off, you don't have to worry about them coming and repossess it. And then if you want to, you can apply for a dealer's license. And when you apply for that dealer's license, smack down the back of your car, the automatic plate readers won't pick it up. You get what I'm saying? So it's so many loopholes with this. And then once they charge it off and send it to collections, you can delete it from your credit report I filed on the FTC because they're going to sell the debt anyway. It's nothing. It's just like that, family. It's nothing special. Nothing special. Nothing. It's nothing amazing. It's nothing shocking. The only thing about it is it's just being strategic. It's just being strategic. That's all. Because once you are able to become way more strategic and you know, like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, then everything really adds up itself. My license is suspended for 12 more years. Whoa. Am I able to kill that contract? No. Nope. Suspended license cannot be surrendered. Ain't that crazy? You cannot surrender a suspended license because they got a hold on it. It's called a Secretary of State hold. Yep, they got a hold. Like me, I had a hold on my license. I couldn't surrender it. I kept going to the DMV. Hey, surrender this license. Hey, surrender this license. They will not surrender it for nothing. Nothing. They will never surrender it. And I do not know why, but they never surrendered it. Never. Because they can't do it unless the Secretary of State take his hold off. Now, once it becomes, let's say, what's that word I'm looking for? Not invalidated, expired. Once the license become expired, and but if it's in good standing, then you can surrender it. But you just can't surrender it just because it's suspended, you know, because they want everybody to know that you got a suspended license and you cannot drive in any state. So even if you go to another state and apply for a license, they can't surrender it. Now, I know a couple loopholes. That's where the EIN take place. You can go to the DMV, and when you apply, when they ask you for your social, you can put in your EIN. And when you put in your EIN, it won't link up to your ID that you got out of state. And since it don't link up to the ID that you have out of state, you have a brand new driver's license out of state. Just like that. And you wouldn't even have to build your profile out. You can just give them your EIN number. But make sure it don't start with a 9. Make sure it does not start with a 9. Please do not. Please make sure it don't start with a 9. Because if it started with a 9, you would be in big trouble. Are you still in Florida? Nope. I'm coming back though. I'm coming back. I got some plans out there in Florida. I'm coming back home. I miss home. Do we write our name in all lowercase? Uppercase for the first letter, lowercase for the bottom. But it really don't matter whether you write the uppercase or lowercase. You ever seen Harvey Dent? I heard of it, but I never seen him. I think if you were married, you emancipated. I think if you married, you emancipated. Yep. Teenagers can't access their own bombs to wipe. Awesome. Yeah, teenagers can access it too. If you're over 18, yes, you can. If you want to learn how to build up your credit, if you want to learn how to do all of that, you can. Especially if you're 18, that's the best year to start. You get an 18-year-old, he can build up and he can be ready at 19 years old. Not even 19, you really can build your credit within a month. It just depends on the capital. If you at least got $1,000, you can build up your account and you can put over 14, 15 accounts on your credit. And by the time 6 months go by, you'll be ready to get what you need. You'll be ready to get exactly what you need. It's just about, playing chess. Oh, you said you miss Texas. You want to leave Florida? No. Florida better than Texas. I love Texas a lot. Now the housing market is better in Texas, but I think Florida better. I think, a little bit, not that much, but just a little bit. Just the scenery, really, not the people, the scenery. The scenery better, so you probably got a point. Credit repair, my man Ricky Lott, he do credit repair. I can do credit repair, but Rick is a legend to me. Like, one thing about Rick, I'm going to always recommend you guys to go to Rick or my uncle. Go to Rick or my uncle. But Rick, he's a legend. He's a legend in this. He'll get you right. Rick, yeah, that's the credit king right there. That's the credit king, family. Yep, you go to Rick, he can get you right. And so a lot of people who do got bad credit, the best thing to do, you got to do first. Look, if you got bad credit, the first thing you got to do, you got to do a sweep. You got to do a credit sweep. All bad inquiries got to come off, and all negative accounts have to come off. All late payments have to come off. Then after you do that, that's when you do an enhancement. That's when you enhance your credit report. That means you add certain things to your credit report. You get what I'm saying? It's sometimes hard to rebuild your credit after you messed it up. It is. You put bad debt on there. I just got my last collection off my TransUnion, and I'm talking about my credit, like, is fresh now. It's fresh. No collections, nothing. Right now, I got to enhance it more. I already got some good accounts on there, but I just got to wait for the mortgage to hit. I got to do this. I got to add way more accounts because I got to be ready. Because remember, I told you guys, I never build up my social. I only build up the EIN. I never built up my social security number. This is my first time, but I already know how to do it. But I've been using my private EIN number for the longest. I've been using the EIN since 2021. I ain't never even used a social. Never. Last time I used a social, I was 19 years old. That's the last, no, 19 and I want to say like 20 something. But I never used a social. I never used it. I never really used it like that. If it start with a 9, yes. Yes, don't use the EIN number that starts with a 9. Correct. Do not use the EIN number that starts with a 9. Yeah, family. So what process are y'all in right now? Like, what y'all been looking towards? Like, how many people been looking, like how y'all been holding up? Like, what y'all do for a living? Like what information y'all looking to get into? What do y'all want to do? People scamming, they coming up with the shit. Yep. Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, fam. Yeah. What's up? What's up, fam? What's up? Where I hit you up for that. I'm on business credit to get into a hot shot trucking. I know a few banks. Actually, I know this bank called DCU. No, hold on. DCU Digital Credit Union. You don't even have to have no you don't even have to be a veteran or nothing. You just have to do like I think a $5 or $15 donation, and then they run your TransUnion credit report. So if your TransUnion is good, you actually can apply. You can run your credit hard one time, and they won't run your credit till 45 days, and you can get about 3-4 items off on there. You can get about a vehicle, you can get a loan, you can get a credit card, and etc. So look into that. I'm just trying to get any remedy. I can't hardly pay my electric bill, living in a bad place, can't get an apartment. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you need some money, the best thing to do is build up your credit profile. And I'm going to tell you why. Because remember, if you can't borrow money, you ain't going to have no money. And that's the easiest way to get some money. You don't even have to start a business. Learn how to build up your credit profile, do a credit sweep, wake up tomorrow, file a FTC report, send it to the credit bureaus, call the credit bureaus, let them know that you need to fix your credit. And the first thing you have to do is take those negative accounts off your credit. Put some rental history on your stuff. Go to Boom, and it's called Boom Rental Reporting. So search up Boom, BOOM, rental reporting, and report your lease. So send them in your lease. So if you got an apartment, send them in your lease, and they can report 2 years backdated history on your credit report. And then after that, get you into a credit union. I know DCU straight. Go to Digital Credit Union. Get you a bank account with them. It costs $15 to join. Make sure your TransUnion is at a 700 with that backdated and rental history. And apply for, I would say both. I would say apply for the Visa card, and they starting people off 15, 25,000. So they start you off 15, 25,000, and you can borrow a $10,000 loan. You can be somewhere past 25,000. But it takes time. I ain't gonna tell you do something overnight. Make sure that you put that in place, and then, bro, listen, you can put yourself in positions where back before the summer hit, you can be credit up. Like, you can be ready, 780, 790, and you can go through 3, 4 banks that'll give you money. And then you can just use that money and build your business. So, I wouldn't want people to be out there just thinking, oh man, I got to do this, do that. No, you can put yourself in a position, and you can put your credit in a position to win. It don't even take a lot of money to build your credit. It really just it's more harder to take things off your credit, I would say, than to build it. Because building is easy, but taking things off might be hard depending on what you have on your credit. So that's what I would say. Build up your profile and, go through the struggles. Go through the struggles, bro. Go through the struggles. Make sure that you write everything out. You send your FTC reports in. You make sure you dispute the inquiries that's on your credit report. You make sure you get with the best banking institutions. DCU Credit Union, PNC, that's a good bank. PNC. What's another good bank? Chase. I would say Chase. Chase is a good bank. Navy Federal. That's an excellent bank. What's another bank? PenFed. Excellent bank. Baxter's Credit Union, excellent bank. Get you with some of the best banking institutions, and also understand which credit bureau they run. So some might run TransUnion, some might run Equifax, some might run Experian. You get what I'm saying? So once you put yourself in that position, you'll be ready, family. You'll be ready. Like I said, about 2-3 months of struggling, and then you'll be winning. Then they see you go to that bank early in the morning, and you can grab anything you want. That's all it takes. You just got to build it up. You just can't think it's not gonna come fast. You got to just take your time with it. Because I'm not gonna tell you just start a business and that's it. Because everybody different. Everybody's situation different. When I first started making money off this, the first thing I made money off of was borrowing money. That was the first time I really made money, was borrowing money. Borrowing money. Once I started learning that you can borrow money and you can borrow a lot of money, and I learned how the credit game worked, that put me in a position to think like, okay, if I can do this, why not? Like, what? You don't need me. You don't need nothing. You don't need no customers. You don't have to have a lot of money. So if I learn how to do that, you can just imagine, picture a person coming from the penitentiary. Let's say if a person had 2 years in the penitentiary, he literally can have his family put 10 secured credit cards on his credit. That would be $2,000, right? And let's just say that's his money. He put up $2,000, and every single month those cards can be paid up full, and he can have 10 active accounts, right? And he can literally go to any bank after he come home, and that man can be in a brand new, I don't know, Mercedes-Benz 2024. And on top of that, he can ask the bank for $20,000. Just to picture a guy like that. It's people like that in this world that really understand the whole system. They're like, okay, like that's good, because that eliminate him from the wages. Because if he ain't gotta work, he can be in a position to do that. And then on top of that, he can be putting his money towards investments. Then that take place. If you want to do something with it, you can. But I just look at it like that, and just with that little information, he might take off even further than what he thought he was. My man's over broke and down, but got a Navy Federal account. You ain't over broke. You just got to get the information. So if you got a Navy Federal account, take the same advice I told the other brother. You need to build up your credit profile. Stop applying for stuff, and make sure that you clear out your profile. Navy Federal run TransUnion. They run TransUnion. So your TransUnion report needs to be good. You need to build up. You need to build up your TransUnion credit report. You need to build it up. If you don't build it up, they're going to deny you left to right. They just became picky, family. Yeah. Navy Federal just became picky. That's a picky bank now. They very cocky. They don't want to give no money out no more like that, like they was before. They still nice, they still lenient, but they not as lenient as they was 2 years ago when I was there. They tighten up their lending requirements because everybody think they sweet. Everybody think they can get some loans from them and run off with the money. And so you know, Navy Federal, they changed their lending requirements. I would too if I was a bank. I would too. Like, especially if people not paying back and everything like that. Yeah, especially if people ain't paying back. Yeah. Especially if people ain't paying back, family. Do your name show up in lowercase of your social security card? Once you update your, I never updated my SS5 form. It's not necessary. You say you got 100. Is that your eternal score? Or that's how much money you have? So, what is that? Is that your internal score, or is that how much is in your account? Because you know Navy Federal got an internal score. It's like 100 to like 450, I want to say. Yeah, they got an internal score. So let me know which one is it. But yeah, family. So with that being said, yeah, that's how you do it. You know, you don't got to struggle. You don't have to. Just learn. That's the best thing to do. Learn, strategize, get right to it. That's exactly what you can do. And if you want to take it the next step, if you want to start a business, you can. Now, depending on what kind of business you want to start, some might be rational, some might not be rational. It just depends on how you want to do it and how much do you expect to make. Yeah, I have a website. My website actually just launched. I launched my website last week now, but the problem is I still gotta get that finalized with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion because they need to give me my membership ID once I go through it. So it's a website up, but I'm not showing the people unless they give me my membership ID to report credit. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna have it launched until it's time. So my website, is under my corporation name. I just can't put it out there right now. Soon I get my membership ID, I'm gonna let you guys know. But my website is up and running. It is up and running. And that's for me to report on your credit profile. But as far as like my processes that I offer, that's a list I have to send it to you. Are you still using fictitious tag? Yeah. Craig, another troll with Navy Federal. What should someone learn before starting an LLC? What you want to do? What you want to do? You got to ask yourself: do you want to be a mechanic? Do you want to be a consultant? That's some good work too. Being a consultant. Do you want to be an accountant? I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to do. For me, I would just put the most high in demand industry and borrow as much money as I can while I'm in that industry. And I really don't have to technically, you could be making $1 a year, but if your credit criteria is there and you in a low risk industry, you could be borrowing a lot of money. I want to sell $1 million t-shirts. Yeah. I'm trying to do the same thing, report credit. Yeah, well, you will contact me. Contact me at 224-463-1848. I got the private tutorial on teaching you how to report credit to all 3 credit bureaus. What's your son? Okay, with Navy Federal. So are you saying not to go for the car play and allow the loan to transform into a conventional loan? No, it's not a conventional loan. It's an unsecured personal loan. So it's not a conventional loan. It's an unsecured personal loan. Because the car play is like you getting a draft check. But if you go through the unsecured personal loan, you get a personal check. that check is going to be written out to the person, whoever you assign the car to. So if you was buying it from your wife and you assigned it to her name, the check gonna have your name and her name on there. And all she got to do is deposit the money. And the best thing she got to do is, use the account. But one thing I would say, if you are going to do that, make sure that that you guys pay them every single month. Make sure that you are not missing any payments. And once you're in a position where you can pay them back in full, they're gonna have the most respect for you. They're gonna trust you. You're gonna be like they're gonna give you whatever you ask for. Wait, so can we submit a report on our own report? You can, but if you did it like repeatedly, of course it's gonna bring some suspicion to the credit bureaus, because why are you reporting your own accounts and you a business or a corporation? So I wouldn't do it like that. If anything, I would get a family member or a friend, put them on with the same thing, teach them the ropes, and they can report for me and I can report for them. So, you can't be that obvious. You get what I'm saying, family? There's a certain way you got to do things. Should we get an LLC over a sole proprietor? It don't really matter. You can get a sole proprietor EIN or you can get an LLC EIN. As long as you learn how to set up and establish a personal credit profile, that means you know how to generate a experience score, you know how to establish an Equifax score, and you know how to establish a TransUnion score. Yep. Oh, for sure. Yep. Yeah, you just got to learn how to put those in place. Just learn how to put all that stuff in place. You ain't going to have no issues. Yeah, family. So, what's to it? I want you guys to learn this stuff, and I want you guys to do y'all best at it. We in December. I want to make sure by May, all of you guys in good position. I want to see clips of you guys, shorts, showing you guys going to the bank grabbing 50,000. I want to see you guys going to the bank grabbing 25,000. I want to see you guys learn how to play this credit game the same way I'm playing it. And I'm not the only one playing it. Actually, there's millions of people that's playing this game. This ain't nothing new. Many people know how to multiply it. Many people know how to expand it. So I'm not the only one. Now, I would say make sure you develop a level of financial literacy as well along the way, and don't just automatically just crash out on your credit. Make sure that you are very strategic and you not lacking with understanding. Yep, just let me know. Yep. Do you assist with charge-off removals? Are you trying to take it off your credit, or you just saying, do I help with the lien release? Like, explain a little bit more. Yeah, I want to see you guys win, family. Yes, taking it. Oh yeah, I can't help you with that, but I always recommend people to go to Ricky Lott. Ricky Lott, go to his y'all can go to his YouTube. He do have a YouTube, but text me y'all. I can send y'all his number. My phone number is 224-463-1848. You teaching us loophole into the broken system. Yep. Appreciate it, fam. Yep. They don't want to, they want people to know this type of stuff, but it's like, it just depends on your understanding of it. It's a lot of people that's able to do that. I know regular working people that's able to go grab 50,000, but they don't know what to do with it. So if they get it, it's over with. So they might ruin their entire life. So I really wouldn't want a person who don't understand money and don't understand how it works, don't appreciate money, don't have nothing. So I really wouldn't want that type of person to get money. I would want them to continue working because they don't understand money. And it's not money, it's credit. So you need to learn how to utilize the system. The same thing that happened to you happened with me. Certain banks appreciate your teaching and advice. Anytime, family. Yep. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions, family? Do y'all got any more questions? Yeah. Yes, off my credit report. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, I text you about the credit report. I need to remove a charge off and 2 credit charge off. Is that possible? Yeah. You wouldn't. It wouldn't take that long, y'all, to really remove stuff off your credit. You really can get it going in under 2 months or a month. Because I just got the hospital bill off my credit last month. I just sent in my last letter. It wasn't even the best letter. It was just one letter, and I sent in that with a police report, not an FTC report, with a real police report. After the credit bureaus got it, they took it completely off. All I did was file that this is fraudulent, which is what it really was fraudulent. Like, I didn't agree to go to the hospital. I did not agree to any of that. So what they did was they took me to the hospital after I got in a motorcycle crash, and I disputed it off my credit. It came out of nowhere. I disputed it off my credit. I had some debt that came from a landlord, took that off my credit. I had some debt that came from, it was a lot of stuff, a lot of old stuff. It wasn't even recent. It was like stuff back in 2019, family. And so all that stuff that hit my credit, I just took it off. Keep taking it off, keep taking it off, keep taking it off. And I made sure that no account have no collections. So it becomes easier. Is it a good idea to purchase my car off of a credit card? No. Well, the payments would be shorter, but I wouldn't do that. If anything, I'm purchasing at least some business equipment that I can resell, because the car is going to be your biggest liability. Unless you're finna use that car to rent it out or something like that, maybe. If anything, you can use your credit card to put towards a down payment on a real nice car, and you can use that car to rent out, and that would work like that. That would be good. If it's been charged off and they sold the debt, you can get that off within 30 to 40 days. I really would say that. Put in that police report. Put in the FBI report if you can. Put in the FTC report, police report, and the FBI report. Yeah, that'll get it off. Yeah, you gotta take extreme measures to get certain things off your credit report. I was in a joint with a guy who's been studying UCC and gave me a play on using your trust to create a promissory note. Filing the UCC one on it and selling it to the buyer. Your thoughts on it? It has to be tested. I agree with the UCC 100%, because there's many, instruments that you can use with the UCC, but it has to be tested. Not by, just saying it. You got to test it and implement it. Once you implement it, test it, and you actually get the substance and the remedy for it, and it's been proven and documented, then you got the remedy. That's all it is. Because remedy needs to be tested. It got to be tested. I just like, it sounds good, and I can realistically see the UCC being very good to implement, but it still has to be tested. If your personal credit is screwed up, how can you get a business EIN number to help you get money? If you have a corporation that's old and you have bad, terrible personal credit, you can run your credit on the business side, but you gotta go through like corporate lines that don't run a personal guarantee, and it's a whole lot. Especially if you gotta have a real strong business profile, like a real good strong business profile with plenty of accounts on that, same way like your social would be. But for me, it's like, if you want that unsecured credit, if you want that real business lines of credit, you want to put your social on. And if you don't want to use your social, use your EIN. Build up a profile using your EIN, and it'd be good too. And yeah, and also make sure you fix your credit, Make sure you fix it. You can fix it right before the summer. You can fix it. Yep. FBI, FTC, and police report. Yep. You said it. All three of them. All three. All three. And guess what? You can file a police report, and they give you the PDF. And right before you hit submit, you can just take the PDF copy and send it to the bureaus, and they'll take it off. And they'll think you filed it, but you didn't file it. You just scared them to thinking that you would file it. So there's many ways to scan a cat, family. There's many ways. Yep, I used that police report. They came right off. I just called my bank. Now, I ain't called my bank. I called TransUnion yesterday and today. I'm like, is there any collections on my account? They said nope, but my credit went low. It's dropped, especially when I took the collection off. It just dropped. I don't know why. But, I don't have any active accounts right now. They got to show, the mortgage and all that don't show till a couple months after you get the house. So once that pop on, then That's when the score go back up. But once you start taking everything off your account, you're gonna start your credit gonna look weak, and that's when you got to shoot your score up. You can get your score back up by one authorized user account. One authorized user can put your credit at a 750, especially if you have no collections on your credit. You have a service to do a lien release on a car that was charged off, correct? I offer a service where I do it myself, or I offer a service where you do it. Now, me personally, I really don't want to do it. I'd rather you just learn how to do it and you could do it yourself. The reason why, because a lot of people are impatient. Because every time I do a lien release, it don't go the way people think all the time. You know, I had a guy that I did a lien release for, did it. We made sure it got processed through. They didn't process it the first time, so I called again. Then they eventually processed the lien release. They sent me the lien release, and once I got it in the mail, I sent it to him, and by the time it got to him, his car was gone. They took it. And I said, bro, what the fuck? Yep, they took it just like that. And especially, you got to be strategic. So you just can't have your car out. You know, when I'm doing a lien release, I don't need you to have your car out, because most people that I'm doing it for are driving around with state plates. So I prefer you to learn how to do it yourself, and you can do it just like that. Well, I'm in bankruptcy for 3 years, so my credit is upset. You got to get out of bankruptcy, you got to file to get that taken off your credit. My man Ricky, he really good with bankruptcies. He know how to take it off your credit report as well. He's real good with bankruptcies. You welcome, family. You welcome. Yeah. The lien release don't take long. You can get a lien release in a couple of minutes. Now, Santanders don't release liens on vehicles, so you're gonna have to get a court order title. I would tell a lot of people that you would have to get a court order title. That means you have to go directly to the court, and you got to sue your lender for the title. If they don't show up, the judge will sign off on a court order title. You take that court order title to the DMV. The DMV take the lien off the record. The DMV reissue you a brand new title, and they void out the original title that was given to your lender. That's all. Yep, it worked just like that, family. So I'm out, family. So I'm about to get off. I'm about to go to sleep right now, family. But if anybody need my list, if anybody need my list of services, if anybody want to learn how to check their credit criteria and etc., just hit me up. My phone number is 224-463-1848. Again, my phone number is 224-463-1848. One more time. It is 224-463-1848. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Just shoot me a text. Ask me for my list of services. I can send it directly to you. I'm out, family. Peace and love.